How much space does fungus need? As mushroom as possible. I thought that was a good one. That's exactly what we needed. A corny, funny joke to get the show started. And you guys keep sending in those, keep sending in those jokes. You keep putting them in the comments, and that's exactly what I need. Just keep putting them in the comments. You can send them to the email as well. Like I said, I got a list from a viewer. I actually got another couple jokes from another viewer that I have written down. And please don't think that I'm ignoring your jokes. I'm writing them down on a sheet of paper, and they get used. One gets used every episode, so you know we'll get yours used as soon as I get there. um, but that's what we need to start out TikTok is corny jokes. So get yours in, and maybe yours will be the next one we use. All right, guys, let's get to the show. Hey guys, it's Isaac, and I'm back with another episode of TikTok. Cereal, explosions, fire. And I don't know why my ticks. In the last video, we have discovered that I have a new tick, and that would be explosions. And we don't fire. We don't know where that came from. I have no idea. It just I was just sitting a couple days ago, and it just came out, and it just kept coming out, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. And I don't know why my ticks are tied to explosions or like, fiery substances. I'm not exactly, that's not all of my ticks, obviously, but, those two ticks are like very prevalent. And I don't know, I have no idea why, I must like fire. I don't know why I'm a water sign, so I don't know why I like fire, but you know, whatever floats my Tourette's boat. I don't. It just makes me laugh anymore. Cereal, fire, cereal. Um, I have some very interesting stories for you guys today. But first, I wanted to say that you guys are doing a great job. At the moment of me filming this video, we are at 1,757 subscribers. So we are so very close. I didn't expect for us to be moving so quickly. I am ready though. It might cause, and I wanted to let you guys know, and we will do, I will do a video about, how the channel might get a little bit restructured. But it will cause a little bit of restructuring in the channel, and that's just simply because I can't do 3 newscasts a week and keep up with, a vlog and, specialty videos. So I I will still be doing newscasts because you guys love them. It just might go down to 1 or 2 a week. But we'll work out the details, and I'll do a video on that so that you guys are informed and that you guys know what's to come when we hit 2,000 subscribers. So keep liking, sharing, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe and turn the darn bell on, so that way you know next time it's time for TikTok, because what other way is there? Alright guys, let's jump right in. I've got, some interesting news stories. Stick around to the end for a very, very heartwarming news story, because it brought tears to my eyes when I read it. It was so sweet, and it's so adorable. So just stick around till the end. But let's jump right in. So, first things first, we have a man that goes on a nude rampage in his neighborhood. All before he goes on this nude rampage, he bites his dog. Not, he, not the other way around. The dog didn't bite him. He bit his dog because that's normal. Um, Obviously, there were drugs involved. All I have to say is, can we stop with the hard drugs like meth and cocaine and you know heroin? Can we just stop with that? I mean, weed's great. Like it's fine. So just stick with that. Stop with the heroin and the meth and but anyway, continuing on, he walked out of the house nude and he pushes down his 60-year-old neighbor woman, and all she was trying to do was get him back in the house and help. She wasn't trying to cause a scene. She was just, concerned and was just trying to get him back in the house and help him out. And he just pushes her down and just continues walking. He takes a little Sunday stroll. Cereal, fire, fuck, explosions, fuck, cereal, fire, um, cereal, and he just takes a little Sunday stroll, walks on down the street. Obviously at this point the police are called. The police are confronted with a nude man standing in the middle of the street. So they try to get this officer tries to get him to obey commands, and he doesn't. So naturally, so the officer doesn't take any extreme precautions because he's not violent. He's not doing anything wrong to any of their knowledge other than biting his dog. But again, nobody knew about that at this point. So the officer just pepper sprayed him. Just to get him down and to obey commands. And that just agitated him more. Exploding! Explosions! Fire! Cereal! You're gonna fire! Cereal! So, they, like I said, pepper sprayed him, made him worse. Walking by, or an FBI agent that was off duty that was in the area was helping this officer try to detain detain him, and he ended up chewing on the neck of the FBI officer. So now you're in a lot more trouble, bud. So I don't know if anybody remembers what happened 7 years ago with bath salts, but that was a pretty bad thing. So let's not revisit that if we can. But it was almost 7 years ago, May 2012. So let's not revisit that. Let's not eat each other. I don't know, I don't even want to know at this point. It's just he was charged with assault, battery, animal abuse, and being under the influence. And assault on an officer. So I just, like I said, I've never, ever seen weed or anything like that do something of that sort to somebody. So he had to be on something more than. But he also got a possession charge. So I don't even know. But moving on to something a little bit different. Because, we're not biting animals and pushing old ladies down. We're in Japan, where they are, and I don't know how familiar with uranium you guys are, but some people got caught auctioning off uranium on the internet, on Yahoo. And, okay, it was labeled as uranium 99.9%. So What makes you even think that that's a good idea? What? Cereal explosions, exploding explosions, fire. What even makes you think that that's a good idea? I don't even. I don't even know where or why, in what universe that's a good idea. I mean, if you're making money, but that can lead to a 1 year jail sentence in Japan. And so they're still investigating and questioning these people. Obviously, they're not going to fess up to it if it is uranium. They're not going to fess up to it, but they are testing it, and the first test did come back inconclusive, but it did come back that the powdery substance that they were selling was radioactive. So, cereal, fire. It did come back but so it did come back that the substance that they were selling was radioactive. So I mean, you're kind of I don't I don't even know. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you're selling something that you shouldn't be selling on the internet for everybody to see. What do you think's going to happen? Something's bound to happen at some point. Somebody's either bound to turn you in, or cereal, fuck fire, cereal. Um Somebody's either bound to turn you in, or you know at some point somebody that some official's gonna see it. But you can't fight with them. The stupidity is stupidity. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Moving forward to something a little funny, and I talked about in my last video how freaking cold it is here. It is absolute fuck cereal fire. It is absolutely awful. It is, well, the last couple days it has technically warmed up. We are still in the negative. We are still below zero, but we were with the wind chill. We were in -50. It was completely unsafe to be going outside. They canceled mail services. They canceled schools. They shut down grocery stores. Not all grocery stores, but they shut down grocery stores. They shut down, most doctors' offices closed. Pretty much the only thing open was the hospital and 911. Because, those are your essentials. But it's so cold here. It is so cold here that people have been, and in this little Arctic blast, and the it, it's called, but in this little polar vortex, it's so cold. Everybody affected by it. It's People are cracking eggs on the ground, and they are freezing to the ground and solidifying in under 5 minutes. I saw people, a video of people blowing bubbles and them turning to a solid on the ground, and people cutting through them, just slicing right through them like they're just a piece of plastic. Cereal explosions, fire. And then also, people are taking t-shirts and putting them on hangers, or, soaking them and putting them on hangers, and they're turning to a complete solid and just falling over. So, it's that cold outside. I saw one video, the guy had, water in a thermos, and he opens the thermos and he goes and he throws it just like you would throw a bucket of water. Cereal, fire, cereal. And he throws the thermos, the water out of the thermos, and it immediately turns to vapor and to ice. So just if you're in this polar vortex, stay safe. They're telling you don't go outside, don't breathe heavily outside, don't take deep breaths outside, don't, just, no exposed skin. You can get frostbite like almost immediately. Cereal. And just be safe. So, minimize talking outside. If you're affected by this polar vortex, I know that it's warmed up a little bit here, but it's still pretty bad. It's snowing outside currently. But just stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. If you want to go outside and have fun safely. Stay dressed, stay warm. Don't go walking nude down your street because I don't think that you'd have much left because your entire body would be frostbit. But lastly, we're gonna. I have to. This warmed my heart. Like I said, it brought tears to my eyes when I saw it. This Kansas, this Arkansas. An Arkansas girl. She's 11 years old. Her mom works for a, elderly residence home. And, so this girl hangs out there a lot, and she gets to know some of these, elderly people. And so she started asking questions, or she found out that one of the elderly people didn't have enough money to have one of their, have their pet dog come visit. And that was only a measly $12. It was, a simple, easy whatever. And this girl found it so heartbreaking. She's 11 years old, you guys. 11 years old. And she found it so heartbreaking that she went through and she interviewed these, elderly folks. And she took a notebook and she said, if I could bring you any 3 things in the world, what would it be? And they didn't ask for much, an 11-year-old girl interviewing you, you're not going to ask for much, but they didn't ask for anything big. They asked for a haircut. They asked for fresh fruits. They asked for snacks, things like that. Small little things. So this little girl, and she's just, it makes me, I love it so much. She starts a GoFundMe account, which I am going to link in the description below because I think that it's fantastic. I went and I looked it up, and she's made, so much money just doing this. She started a GoFundMe account to get the little things that elderly people need. And she's made over $62,000 doing this. And I think that is just, that's the compassion that we're looking for in the world. That's what we need to be paying attention to. These are the things that are important in our world, just to have compassion for each other. An 11-year-old girl can see that there's something wrong and some action needs to be taken, and she takes it upon herself to go and do this. I think that that's fantastic. That's something that you can learn from an 11-year-old girl. It doesn't matter if you're 15, it doesn't matter if you're 35, 55, it doesn't matter. This is a lesson that you can learn from this little girl. She is so intelligent and so smart and so sweet. So take a lesson out of her book. Because cereal, fire, explosions, fuck, cereal. So she does, and she's using all this money to help these elderly people acquire the things that they want and acquire the things that they don't have the money for. So check out her GoFundMe and just take a moment and soak in the compassion that this little girl has for life and for the people around her. The acceptance this is what the channel's cereal. This is what my channel will be about and is about, is acceptance and compassion. So sorry that it is a little longer than a normal video, but that Arkansas girl really got to me, so I had to talk about it. But you guys, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And again, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and turn the darn bell on. Alright guys, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye guys.